Alright, you guys, so I'm back with another Bible reading. I am on Deuteronomy 12 to Deuteronomy 14. I'm just going to read these two pages and then I'll be good. I'm pretty sure I actually already read this page, so I'm going to read this page and the next one and then I'll be okay. So I'm just going to start off right now, and I just have the same message. If you can fight against lust, try to do it every day. Try to make some progress on whatever you're going through, and that'll make you feel a lot better. So just try your hardest, okay? But I'm going to start right now. I'm going to put my phone down. I'll try to go a little bit slow. Do those nations worship their God and then go and worship as they do? Wait, what? Do these nations worship their gods and then go and worship as they do? You must not insult the Lord your God like that. These nations have done horrible things that he hates, all in the name of their religion. They have even roasted their sons and daughters before their gods. Obey all the commandments I give you. Do not add to or subtract from them. If there is a prophet among you, or one who claims to foretell the future by dreams, and if his predictions come true by what he says, but he says, "Come, let us worship the gods of their nations," don't listen to him, for the Lord is testing you to find out whether or not you do really love him with all your heart and soul. You must never worship any god but Jehovah. Obey only his commandments and cling to him. The prophet who tries to lead you astray must be executed, for he has attempted to foment religion against the Lord your God, who brought you out of slavery in the land of Egypt. By executing him, you will clear out the evil from among you. If your nearest relative or closest friend, even a brother, son, daughter, or beloved wife, whispers to you to come and worship these foreign gods, do not consent nor listen, and have no pity. Do not spare that person from the penalty. Don't conceal his horrible suggestion. Execute him. Your own hand shall be the first upon him to put him to death, then the hands of all the people. Stone him to death because he has tried to draw you away from the Lord your God. And again, I know all this is very dark, but this is the Old Testament. So nowadays, it talks about how loving your enemy, and if somebody's trying to test you, just don't listen. I don't think you have to kill anybody or hurt anybody like that. Just don't listen to what they're telling you. If somebody's trying to tell you that your religion sucks and that, God isn't real and all that, just don't listen. It is what it is. They feel like that. It's okay. I don't think hating them or anything is going to do anything good for you. Just pray for them and just say, okay, that's fine. That's cool that you believe in that, but, God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, the place of slavery. Then all Israel will hear about his evil deed and will fear such wickedness as this among you. If you ever hear it said about one of the cities of Israel that some worthless rebel had led their fellow citizens astray with the suggestion that they worshiped foreign gods, first check the facts to see if the rumor is true. And if you find that it is certain that such a horrible thing is happening among you in one of the cities the Lord has given you, you must without fail declare war against that city and utterly destroy all of the inhabitants and even all of the cattle. Afterward, you must pile all the bodies into the middle of the street and burn it, and then put the entire city to the torch as a burnt offering to Jehovah your God. That city shall forever remain lifeless, mound, and may never be rebuilt. Keep none of the treasure. That's basically what it's saying. Then the Lord will turn from his fierce anger and be merciful to you and have compassion upon you and make you a great nation, just as he had promised your ancestors. Of course, the Lord your God will be merciful only if you have been obedient to him and to his commandments, which I am giving you today. And if you have been doing that which is right in the eyes of the Lord, since you are the people of God, never cut yourselves as the heathens do when they worship their idols, nor shave the front halves of your heads for funerals. You belong exclusively to the Lord your God, and he has chosen you to be his own possession, more too than any other nations on the face of the earth. You are not to eat any animal I have declared to be ceremonially defiled. These are the animals you may eat: the ox, the sheep, the goat, the deer, the gazelle, the beuk, the wild goat, the ibex, the antelope, and the mountain sheep. Any animal that has cloven hooves and claws, any animal that has cloven hooves and chews the chud may be eaten. But if the animal doesn't have both, it may not be eaten, so you may not eat the camel, the hare, or the coney. They chew the chud but do not have cloven hooves. Pigs may not be eaten, because although they have cloven hooves, they do not chew the chud. You may not even touch the dead bodies of such animals. Only sea animals with fish and scales may be eaten. All other kinds are ceremonially defiled. You may eat any bird except the following: the eagle, the vulture, the osprey, and the buzzard. The falcon, the raven, the ostrich, the seagull, the hawk, the screech owl, the great owl, the horned owl, the pelican, the vulture, the cormorant, the stork, the heron, the hopi, the bat. With certain exceptions, winged insects are a defilement to you and may not be eaten. Don't eat anything that has died a natural death. However, a foreigner among you may eat it. You may give it or sell it to him, but do not eat it yourself, for you are holy to the Lord your God. You must not boil a young goat in its mother's milk. You must title all of your crops every year. Bring this, I don't know exactly what that word is, but where is that? Bring this tithe to eat before the Lord your God at the place he shall choose as his sanctuary. This applies to your thistles of grain, new wine, olive oil, and the firstborn of your flocks and herds. Sorry about that, excuse me. The purpose of thinning, I don't know what that word is to teach you always to put God first in your lives. If the place the Lord chooses for his sanctuary is too far away, or is so far away that it isn't convenient to carry your not too sure, to that place, then you may sell the portion of your crops and herds and take the money to the Lord's sanctuary. When you arrive, use the money to buy an ox, a sheep, some wine, and some strong drink, to feast there before the Lord your God, and to rejoice with your household. Don't forget to share your income with the Levites and your community, for they have no property or crops as you do. Every third year you are to use your entire tithe for the local welfare programs. Give it to the Levites who have no inheritance among you, or to foreigners, or to widows, or to orphans within your city, so that they can eat and be satisfied, and then Jehovah your God will bless you and your work. So even here it's talking about donations. You should always donate to people that have less than you and help those that are in need. At the end of every 7th year, there is to be a canceling of all debts. Sorry about that. At the end of every 7th year, there is to be a canceling of all debts. Every creditor shall write paid in full on any promissory note he holds against a fellow Israelite, for the Lord has released everyone from his obligation. This release does not apply to foreigners. No one will become poor because of this, for the Lord will graciously bless you in the land he has given you if you obey this command. The only propitiate for his blessing is that you carefully heed all the commands of the Lord your God that I am giving you today. He will bless you as he has promised. You shall lend money to many nations, but will never need to borrow. You shall rule many nations, but they shall not rule over you. But if when you arrive in the land the Lord will give you, there are any among you who are poor, you must not shut your heart or hand against them. You must lend them as much as they need. Beware, though. Don't refuse to loan because the year of debt cancellation is close to hand. If you refuse to make a loan, and the needy man cries out to the Lord, it will become counted against you as a sin. You must lend him what he needs. You don't moan about it either, for the Lord will prosper you in everything you do because of this. There will always be some among you who are poor. That is why the commandments is necessary. You must lend to them liberty. If you buy a Hebrew slave, whether man or woman, you must free him at the end of the 6th year you have owned him, and don't send him away empty-handed. Give him a large farewell present from your flock, your olive press and your wine press. Share with him in proportion as the Lord your God has blessed you. Remember that you were slaves in the land of in the land of Egypt, and the Lord your God rescued you. That is why I am giving you this command. So right here, I think this is one of the reasons why people try to say the Bible condones slavery. It never says that slavery is okay or that it's right. It says if you buy a slave, and it also says if you do buy a slave, release them and give them a farewell present. So you're not buying a slave, you're basically hiring somebody to work for you and help you. So I don't know where people are getting slavery, because slavery is not the same as it was back then. Slavery is literally people beating humans and killing them because of their skin color. This is not what that is. This is hiring a worker. But, people want to take the Bible out of context, and that's fine if you do that. It's not right, but it is what it is. But if your Hebrew slave doesn't want to leave, if he says he loves you and enjoys your pleasant home and gets along well with you, then take an awl and pierce his ear into the door, and after that he shall be your slave forever. Do the same with your women slaves, but when you free a slave, you must not feel bad, for remember that for 6 years he has cost you less than half the price of a hired hand. And the Lord your God will prosper you in all you do, because you have released him. So even right there, it's literally saying if your slave loves you, or if your worker loves you and they want to stay, you should do that. You should allow them to stay in your house. Because I feel like back then slavery wasn't what it is now, because slavery nowadays is a lot worse, because the slavery that black people went against, and the Mexicans and Asians, whoever was a slave, it's a lot worse. Because in here it says nothing about it's okay to beat your slave or to use them. It literally talks about paying your slave and giving them food and everything they need. But the slavery we had in America and the slavery we've been having for a long time is worse. They don't feed their slaves at all. They don't feed anybody. They hate them. They whip them. They do a bunch of horrible things. And no matter what, I don't think slavery is okay at all. You're a man. You should be able to do the work yourself. But in here it's more talking about hiring somebody to do work. And that doesn't give you the right to be all sloppy and to not do anything.